Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's theGameconomist here, and today I'm taking a look at the Prospector grenade launcher. When I pick up a gun like the Prospector, the first question I ask is, how will this do in Trials of Osiris? And how will it do in the hard raid? And the answer to both questions is probably bad. I noticed in PvP, what I liked about it is that when you pick up your heavy ammo, you get 4 shots in the magazine. And that's because the Prospector has a magazine capacity of 8. So it's pretty decent. You get 4 shots, and each shot is a one-shot kill if it lands. And that's the thing. I think there's kind of a grenade launcher problem in PvP where it's kind of like, I want to say, less effective than a sniper rifle or a shotgun. It does feel unique, so props to Bungie on making a unique feeling weapon. However, I feel like it could use some tweaking, because if I had to choose between a grenade launcher or a sniper or even a rocket launcher or a shotgun, right? I'm not gonna choose the grenade launcher. They're too inconsistent at this point, especially for players who really know what they're doing. You're gonna jump in the air, going at a diagonal angle, right? And that guy using the grenade launcher has to ricochet a grenade into you, I guess. The actual blast radius from the grenade doesn't kill you. It hurts you pretty bad, but you need that grenade to be a direct hit in order to get the one-shot hit. So, I don't know. I'd rather have a shotgun. I'd rather have a rocket launcher and just shoot the wall where they're going to be at, rather than trying to ricochet a grenade into them. That's like playing pool or something, right? Trying to hit the cue ball, and you get the idea. So grenade launchers in general are already feeling kind of weak in the PvP, and Prospector is not immune to that. It doesn't have anything going for it that makes it feel much better than other grenade launchers in PvP, other than the fact that it gets 4 shots when you pick up the heavy ammo. That's the only thing, really. In PvE, it's kind of a different story. In PvE, it actually does something that's pretty cool. One of its weapon perks is the full auto trigger system, and that allows you to shoot all, your full ammo, what am I trying to say, your magazine of 8 shots really fast, right? And what you can do, if you feel like it, you can dump all your shots into the boss or whatever it is you're fighting. And that's actually really useful. I mean, think about the Nightfall raid, the week 1 Nightfall raid had a timer on it. So being able to deal high burst damage is actually useful in this game. It's not about hanging back and waiting for your icebreaker to reload after 7 minutes. They actually want you to rush in there and kill stuff as fast as you can, and the Prospector is kind of good at that. Just depends on if you can land those shots. And in PvE, you probably can with decent practice. I mean, the enemies are a lot more predictable in PvE, whereas PvP, people are trying their hardest to be unshootable, right? That's the whole idea. So, but when it comes to the hard raid, it's questionable, because I'm pretty sure you get better damage just dealing critical hits with a sniper rifle. So I could see a full team of players using the Prospector and, unleashing all of their magazine onto a boss when he's vulnerable. But I could also see a team just using a sniper rifle on the same boss and arguably doing a better job. It's just yet to be seen. We have to see what's actually in the hard mode raid that's coming up. But yeah, that's just my impression of it based on all the experiences I had in Destiny 1. I'm kind of feeling like Prospector as an exotic is going to be replaceable. It looks so cool. You want it to be a really strong weapon, but yeah, it just felt like it was lacking something. It wasn't, when you're using the Galahorn, that you have an easy win button weapon, and this just didn't feel like it. If you're fighting groups of enemies, it was very possible for the grenade to miss entirely, just fly past whatever you're shooting at. Or you're thinking, I'm going to ricochet that off the ground or the wall and right into my, right into my opponent, right into the group. And you do it, and it just flies right past them because you didn't realize how difficult it is to get angle shots or ricochet shots off on the enemies. It's tricky, and when it's tricky, it's inconsistent. And when it's inconsistent, it's not what you want to use in the hard raid. Consistency and high damage are key when it comes to high-level PvE content. So, yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I'm still experimenting with a lot of the weapons, but Prospector felt fun, yet not consistent enough to be what I would use in the PvE raid or the hard mode raid. And but for a Nightfall, sure, I could see myself using this in a Nightfall. And as for I think I talked about this already. As for the excavation, the exotic perk, I didn't really find that helping the weapon at all. It says hold RT to fire grenades, release to detonate all live grenades simultaneously. Now if the way that perk worked, if it worked like you could shoot all the grenades out, all 8, and they didn't blow up until you released the right trigger, that would be amazing. You'd be able to set all kinds of cool little traps in PvP and maybe in PvE as well. You know, you could wait for the boss to walk over your grenades. It doesn't work that way. The grenades actually blow up pretty fast, so fast that you almost don't notice this exotic perk at all. In fact, it felt like completely unnecessary, because if you're unloading into a boss, you're going to shoot directly onto that boss. If you're shooting into a group, I mean, some of the shots are going to hit the group on accident right into them, and then you might have a grenade or two that misses the group entirely. That would be one of the grenades that would be affected by excavation, but what does that matter? I mean, it just blows off miles away from the group anyways, so yeah, not that impressive of a perk. It's the other perks, the extended magazine and the auto fire. Those are the impressive parts of the Prospector. And yeah, so I think that's a pretty good impression. That was my experience with it, and let me know how you guys feel about it. I think what I'll do is I'm going to review all the exotic weapons. I'm not going to review them as fast as I can. I think I'm going to have more of a steady wins the race approach. I'll probably look at all of the exotic weapons a lot more than one time and really try to analyze them and understand them in a deep way. And if you guys are interested in that, let me know. If you enjoyed the video, let me know, and I'll see you guys later.